Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and R Kings. We're here with Carl Frampton. Carl, with everything that's gone on today, the drama of the weight, has it changed anything in your mind about this fight?
I don't know. I mean, we all knew it was going to be tight anyway for Chris Eubank. I think he's just messed up, really. He's weighed on. I imagine this is what's happened. He's weighed on his own scales. He's been bang on his own scales, but there's been a discrepancy between his own scales and the official scales. And because he got to the weigh-in so late, there wasn't enough time to get the rest of the remaining weight off. So, look, it's hurting him, obviously, getting down to 160. I think the rehydration clause could hurt him as well if he sticks to it, but I have a feeling he won't.
It's a lot of money, though.
It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. He's already had to pay a big fine for the egg slap and then missing the weight here. I mean, it was by ounces. Not even ounces, half an ounce or something insane. The packet of crisps in weight, like insane. But it's like a 375 grand fine. I imagine he's going to say fuck off to the rehydration clause and weigh in whatever he wants and pay another fine. But when you're getting 10 million for a fight, then it's a bit easier to pay them fines, isn't it?
It is, but I've spoken to Eddie earlier before he missed the weight, and I said, do you think he'll look at the rehydration clause and go, I'll do what I want, actually. Fuck you won't cancel the fight. But he goes, he won't do that. Trust me, the penalties are too steep. Do you think he'll look at that if there is, say, like £1 million off for this rehydration, say, I have to be within this? Because he's got till 8 a.m, I think, that's when the weight happens.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know how steep the penalties are or the fines are, but I would like to know before I give a definite answer. But you want to be in the best shape possible, and the rehydration clause isn't allowing him to fuel up as he would like. And he's never done it before. This is the thing, he's never done one of these. So I've done it a few times as the IBF champion. It's a difficult thing to do, and as Eubank's a lot bigger than me, it was hard for me as a 122-pound fighter. It's going to be a lot harder for Chris Eubank to stay within that limit.
I've seen his video where he's almost like showing how hard it is for him to make the weight. He's referenced now it's time to use the sauna. People on Twitter are saying, well, last time that was mentioned, there was a fight cancelled between Paul Butler and somebody else because the British Boxing Board of Control don't allow it. But obviously there's no particular evidence. Obviously he's laid down, towels on, but that sort of thing's frowned upon, isn't it?
Yeah, it is frowned upon, and we have seen fights cancelled and stopped, but good luck to the man who wants to cancel this fight. It's too much money involved. I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. But this is what fighters do. You know what I mean? You're not meant to do it. You're not meant to use the saunas. You're not meant to use the sauna suits, and you're not meant to take off drastic amount of weight, like amounts of weight so close to the weigh-in. But we all do it. We all do it.
You've seen Senior's comment saying he still never believed this fight will happen. You can't think now, though. We're at the final hurdle. Surely now we are a day away. This would be a catastrophe.
You'd have thought that the last time, wouldn't you, as well? But I mean, I don't know. He has been saying that, Eubank Sr, for a long time, and he did make that prediction ahead of the first fight as well, and he got it right. So it certainly creates a wee bit more doubt about whether it takes place. But I think the fight happens.
What did you make of his antics yesterday at the press conference? Eddie Hearn thought he played a blinder by putting Frank Smith in, obviously somewhat of a relation of his as well. And he didn't put the silencer on the gun, he just kept firing and firing. What did you make of that yesterday? It was strange all round, I thought.
Yeah, it was a bit strange. I only seen highlights of it, to be honest, so I can't comment on the whole thing. I wasn't here until this morning, but Eubank's Eubank. I think he's picked up a lot of fans in this whole build-up, genuinely do. Certainly I've seen him in a different light, but it's a tough fight, and a tough fight for him because of the weight issues and the rehydration clause and everything else. But I still just about favour him in the fight, if I'm being honest.
What's warmed you to him this time? Is it because he's been more open speaking about the stuff he's gone through? What's endeared you to him? Because he's a bit like Marmite. People either like him or they hate him.
Yeah, he is a bit like that, and to be honest, up until this fight was made, I don't know how much time I had for him, but I just think he's been funny. I think the egg incident was funny. I mean, if you're Conor Benn getting hit with the egg, I would have reacted the exact same way, but looking at it from an outsider, I thought it was funny. The way he handled Piers Morgan and Conor Benn on that interview, brilliant. And he's been handling Eddie very well as well, and press conferences, and Eddie's normally the guy that embarrasses people. So I just think I've seen a different side of Chris Eubank, and it's one that I like.
we're close to Usyk Dubois being announced. We're hearing the week after all the shows in New York now. Are you excited to see that run back? He was close before. He had a shot on the belt, below the belt, whatever you want to call it. He's got some momentum coming into this rematch, so hasn't he?
Yeah, look, he's a better fighter now than he was then. And we've seen that he'd hurt Usyk, so we know he can do that again. I think he has a chance, but Usyk is just, I mean, he's a master boxer, can figure people out on the night. Daniel has certainly, if the fight does get made, a better chance than he had the first time, and can win the fight, but you got to say Usyk's still the favourite.
Is it almost impossible to pick him in the fight? And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean, I interviewed, I can't remember who it was the other week, Sam Jones, and he says, I'm never betting against Usyk again in any fight because he always does the business. Is that where you're at with it?
I think so. I mean, I picked Fury to beat him twice, and that didn't happen. And I mean, he's incredible, really is, and he just figures people out and he knows what to do. So I would kind of go along with that sentiment that don't back against Usyk.
Last one from me, the undercard. Fairly standard, Yard, Arthur, nothing really sort of said back and forth. Liam Smith McKenna's an interesting one. The one that's caught fire though in terms of talking, Glanton versus Billum Smith. Did you see his comments about brain damage and things like that all over the internet? What did you make of that? It's unsavoury, isn't it, on a fight week?
Yeah, it is really unsavoury. You shouldn't be saying stuff like that because it's a dangerous sport and fatalities can happen and serious injuries can happen as well. So I think you got to be careful about what you say. But this is fight week. This is boxers getting close to fighting, and they say some unsavoury things and they say things that are going to offend people. But they're in fight mode now, so I wouldn't really look into it too much. But typical American. He's got a mouth, and I think he can fight. But Billum Smith is a good fighter and has a fair amount of size in the fight to his favour.
Yard versus Arthur, what happens?
Who?
Yard versus Arthur.
I think Yard. I mean, we saw the first fight. Lyndon won. We saw the next fight, which Arthur won convincingly. Yard won convincingly. I think it's more of the same. I don't think it's going to be as quick or anything. If it's a stoppage, I think it'll be late.
Liam Smith, Aaron McKenna.
I mean, you got to give Liam Smith so much credit for even taking this fight because, casual boxing fans won't even know who Aaron McKenna is, and this gives him, he's got the chance now to put his name out there, get a win against a very, very good fighter in Liam Smith. Whether he does that or not, that's a different question. I would favour Liam Smith in that, but you have to give Liam so much credit for taking this fight.
Vidal Riley and Chev Clark. It's an interesting one. This is Vidal's acid test, I think.
Yeah, it's a really good fight. I like both guys, and I think both guys can fight. You put a gun to my head, and I think I would lean towards Chev Clark in that one.
Carl, I appreciate your time.
Thanks, mate.